Hey everyone, it's Chatty Ashley. So I want to do a really quick video on PCSing to the Aloha State, Hawaii. Yes, so we PCS from Camp Walker, South Korea to Hawaii. Like we got really lucky because Hawaii is considered to be like Okonos, even though it's like, in the United States, but it's not like mainland. So the fact that we were able to go Okonos to Okonos was like super amazing. Like we thought that we pretty much like had hit the lottery, being able to go live in Hawaii. So let's talk about it. So first we received orders in January and we shipped our vehicle in May to arrive in Hawaii in August. And like when we got there and we arrived at the airport in Honolulu, we received word that our vehicle was ready. So we were like, wow, that's what's up. So we pretty much had a vehicle like from day one of being in Hawaii, which was really neat because we got to, explore the island. And we stayed in a hotel on Schofield Barracks for 1 month, y'all. Oh my gosh. That wasn't cool. You know how it is when you like, you're traveling, you're PCSing, so you're already living out of a, suitcase. So I'm going to say we lived out of a suitcase for like 3 months, wearing the same clothes over and over again for 3 months and not having a home. And then finally, like, boom, you're stable, but you're not because you're in a hotel, so that's always kind of, difficult or whatever. But anyway, so we were in the hotel for 1 month while we were searching for a home. We were very fortunate because in Hawaii, you're like able to decide if you want to live on post or off post. So we decided to live off post. And the rent is super high. I think these people out here, like, they already know that, military service members are moving here, so they jack that rent up. And our rent for a 4-bedroom home was, like, all the BAH. So it's pretty much already gone. We chose to live in Mililani just based off of its proximity to Schofield Barracks. It's, like, maybe 2 exits away. Also, it's like a really beautiful area, and it's supposed to have nice schools as well. So that's why we chose to live in Mililani. Actually, to be more correct, Mililani Mocha, because there's Mililani Mocha and Mililani Town. And town is just like where all the restaurants and, where all the shopping is. And then Mocha is more like, neighborhood oriented. Okay, so our household goods arrived the week that we moved in. Like everything just kind of like, fell into place. So we moved in September, and then our things arrived. And right when our things arrived, my husband had to go to a training thing in like Louisiana or whatever. So pretty much I had to like, move in and unpack and everything pretty much by myself. So I'm a teacher, and while we were in transit or whatever, I went ahead and I applied for a license for the state of Hawaii online. And it just so happened, once again, at that time, they decided to make all the applications for free. So I have to pay to get a new license. There is a memo that the Army will reimburse spouses if they have to like incur any like certificate or license fees, but I didn't have that problem because it was already free. When I came here, I was on a seat transfer with the CYS and the MWR. So I already kind of like had some other opportunities, lined up for myself, but I am a teacher, and, that is, my goal in my profession of expertise. So I wanted to be able to, teach in the elementary schools, and I was able to land a job on Schofield at Solomon Elementary School. Like a lot of great things just, really started happening in a row. The process to actually get a job in Hawaii is a little bit different from what I've experienced in other states. So First, you have to get your license, and then you have to put in your application. And then when you put in your application, you have to do this like induction interview with a certified principal. And what I mean by certified is a principal who's been trained on this particular um, interview step. So once you get an interview with them, then your name like goes into an applicant pool, and you can be hired like anywhere in the island, and you pretty much can't turn down any offer because you get like dinged for that or whatever. But I didn't have any of those problems because I was hired at Solomon Elementary School. Like I said, a lot of just really good things are happening for me. So two things there. If you're a teacher, make sure you apply for your license online. The license, I believe, was good for like, I think 6 years. I think it expires in 2024. So that's a long time, right? Or if you're looking for the MWR and the CYS, just do a seat transfer as long as you've been working with them for, I believe, a year. And you can transfer, and whatever pay you receive at your other duty station, you get it at your new duty station. So say you were like getting paid like, $17 an hour coming from California. Well, if you go somewhere where the pay is lower than that, they're going to give you the pay of your previous duty station, which is $17 an hour. So there's some things to think about. So, okay, so I was able to get a job. So I started working at my job while we were still living in the hotel. So I had to like warn my employer, like, hey, I'm still living in the hotel or whatever. So, I might be wearing the same clothes again and again. I'm not, nasty or anything, just I don't have any other clothes. So they were pretty understanding about that. It's such a great school. And then, so since I got a job, I needed a car. So I needed a little island beater or whatever. And recommendation for a car is to make sure that you check like Facebook for like the lemon lots, or sometimes they have lemon lots, around posts or whatever, but they kind of like cracked down on that. But at the time when I got my car, there was a lemon lot like at that main gate when you come into Schofield Barracks, across the street from like the shop at Popeyes and Burger King. So I was able to find a little island beater, and since you're military, you can get it registered for $25. But if you're like a regular, like local or resident of Hawaii, it costs a lot of money to get your car registered here. So just make sure that you do it for the military. You have to get like this memo signed by the S1, and then you just take it into the DMV, and you'll be able to get your tags for $25. You need them tags, remember, to drive on post and all that good stuff. So keep that up to date. It's not a joke. Okay, what else? So, this is a U.S. duty station, but it's classified as Oconus because it's not a part of the mainland. So, it feels like it. It feels like it's overseas. I don't know. I don't really feel like it's like a big sense of like community on this post. It's very, very, very isolating in comparison to some other places that we live. So just kind of be aware of that. When you first get here, take advantage of the time when maybe your spouse doesn't have to work, and go out and see the normal tourist spots like Pearl Harbor, Diamond Head, Germain's, Luau. Get those things out of the way so that you can go out and find those other little hidden gems, or just enjoy living here and go out to beaches and things like that. Let's see, what else? The cost of living is really high. So make sure you just shop for food at the commissary. I went into Food and Farms, kind of like a bougie, like kind of Whole Foods or whatever, or Central Market, and they had bacon in there for $10. $10 for bacon, y'all. No joke. So shop at the commissary, okay? Keep your coins. Let's see. Respect the Hawaiian culture. Respect the aloha. You know, it's so beautiful here. You know, the weather is almost always 82 degrees. You're gonna see rainbows every day. You might have some intermittent raining, but it's a beautiful and I feel just like a very restorative and positive place to live. And it's like an opportunity of a lifetime. So just respect the little how you cut somebody off, or the shaka up. You know, learn some terms. Learn, kiki for children and aloha. Brain freeze. Aloha, mahalo. You know, just learn some terms. You know, eat some poke, which is seafood. Don't be afraid of it. Respect the ocean. You know, they say don't turn your back on the ocean. Um, because the ocean is a very, very powerful force of nature. So just be very careful when you're going out there to the ocean, and make sure you take water when you're going on a hike. Don't litter. Don't litter. Okay, let's cut that out. Um, just try to be kind. You know, just like I said, respect the whole culture. Go out there, go to some of their events, their cultural events, their festivals. It's a very big mix of different like Asian cultures. So just open your mind and go out there and explore the interstate. So it's an island, Oahu. So you only have like three real interstates. You have H1, H2, and H3. So I think H1, I think that's north and south, and then H other one goes this way, and then there's like I think it's H3 goes out into like the wilderness. And if you get on that one, let me just make sure I'm saying this right. Because if you get on that one where it goes out to like the east side of the island, you can't even turn around. You got to go all the way out there and turn around once you're almost to the tip of the island. So just be really careful about following directions and just paying attention to where you're going, because I've done that so many times trying to go out to Tripler for a doctor's appointment and then just not really paying attention to where I'm going, and boom, I'm all the way out there. Yes, on H3. You guys can't really see. Yeah, going all the way out there, and you'll be way out there in the wilderness, and yeah, you'll be upset. So make sure you pay attention to where you're going. And when it's a car accident, you gotta check the weather. You gotta check the traffic report. I have my Alexa let me know what the traffic is every morning. You need to know, because if there's a car accident, it's gonna be backed up forever. It could be for a long time. So sometimes there are no alternate routes. So you just be stuck. Make sure you got some gas in your tank. Okay? What's next? Weather, rain. There is a rainy season. The rainy season is like November to March or whatever. So, when you're just used to living in such a gorgeous state, you're like, oh, I don't want to, invite my family out, during this month because it rains all the time. But where they are is nothing in comparison to what we got going on. So they might be okay with a little bit of rain. So don't really let that dictate when people come visit you or whatever, because a lot of times the plane tickets might be cheaper during that time anyway. So just know that there is a rainy season here. But that just means that it might rain a little bit longer every day. Sometimes there is some flash flooding, and people be hitting me up. Are you okay? I heard there's some flash flooding. I'm just like, oh yeah, well, it's raining. I'm okay. So just be aware of that. Oh, when we moved here, we got here like 6 months before COVID started. So when COVID hit the island or whatever, eventually, of course, tourism got shut down, and Waikiki was like a ghost town. But it was actually a really good time to explore the island. There were a lot of discounts and things like that, and even still now, there's still a lot of discounts going on because tourism still isn't, what it was. And of course, there's always going to be some discounts for military, so always ask, always check, because you want to save that money, right, guys? Right. Okay. Okay, so when I first got here, my primary caregiver was at Tripler. Schofield is like kind of like going up north or whatever, and Tripler is on the east side of the island. So if I were you, I would try to get your primary caregiver transferred to wherever your post is because it's just more convenient and easier for you. Okay, Ooh, for all of you guys who did overseas in Asia, there is a Daiso here. Yes, yes, winning. Yes, there is a Daiso here. I think that that's it. So, if you guys have any other questions, just drop those comments down below. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.